OnlyFans is officially being shut down.
Paying for DMs from an OnlyFans creator, ask for a discount for tax advice because it turns out OnlyFans creators haven't been paying their taxes properly.
Most of the people that these guys are talking to are other dudes or old ladies. It's not the chick.
And a large-scale IRS crackdown has been targeting some of its biggest creators.
OnlyFans is officially being shut down, so a lot of OF models are now under investigation by the IRS, and not just the civil department for tax collection, but the criminal department of the IRS. Watch the end of the video to understand why OnlyFans is being shut down, and many of the people who produce content on the platform may be headed to prison along with the people who created the platform. Today's video comes from Dollar Motivation Club. Their channel will be linked in the description, so you can go to their channel and give them some support. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Social media stars on our phones all the time, and now the tax office is keeping an eye on them too.
Much of the earnings can be found publicly, making it hard for anyone to hide, and the IRS is hard thinking about it. Or I should say thinking hard about it. And spare a thought for the IRS interns who've had to suffer researching OnlyFans pages to calculate their income. Some of these people are so dedicated they even did hours of unpaid overtime work.
It's not the kind of side work police departments want cops engaged in off-duty.
Took the serve and protect a little further than we needed to go.
In the last 2 to 3 years, the IRS has ramped up its efforts to collect more and more money from people for the government.
The IRS putting $80 billion of new funding to work, it will likely mean more audits.
With reports that they are hiring 87,000 new agents. Doing their jobs, of course, but with so many new ways for people to make money on the internet, the IRS has had to get creative. It has had to figure out how to tax crypto firms, Twitch users, freelancers, and basically anybody making an income through non-conventional means, aka the internet. OnlyFans reportedly grossed over $2.3 billion in 2020 alone and has grown in the years since, so there is a lot of money for the IRS to target.
An Arizona teacher claims to have made $1 million on the site after quitting her job and posting videos on the platform full-time.
From what I understand, the girls in America, the higher earners are generally between like $400,000 and $600,000 a month.
Taxes is such a complicated thing. They've been described as a situation where the government knows how much you should pay them, but you have to tell them that number, and if you get it wrong, you can go to jail. If you have an employer, they will take income tax out of your paycheck, and usually you get a return because you deduct your expenses from that. If you're self-employed, taxes can get very complicated because even though there are defined laws and norms, even tax experts can debate whether certain items can be written off in different circumstances. To defend OnlyFans creators, as a new industry, that also means there aren't necessarily established norms of what you can and can't deduct, and unless your accountant already has an OnlyFans client, they will probably have to do a lot of research to figure it out too. Having spoken to many accountants, they often have to make their best guess when things fall into grey areas. The self-employed or those who operate a business may be allowed to deduct ordinary and necessary expenses in their daily business operations from their earnings before paying tax. This includes travel expenses that are not lavish or extravagant under the circumstances. The IRS believes OnlyFans creators are evading tax by claiming that their over-the-top displays of wealth, which are all over social media, are necessary expenses involved in running their businesses.
Now, guys, this is pretty insane. If you want to jump further into this, we can look at this article, and it was actually posted on Forbes. This article says OnlyFans creators have been contacted in IRS criminal investigation, tax professionals say. So OnlyFans content creators have recently been contacted in connection with a criminal tax investigation, according to multiple sources. This is in relation to the video within the tax community. Over the last several days, peers of IRS agents across the country descended on the homes and offices of OnlyFans personalities and their tax preparers, delivering grand jury subpoenas. John Colvin, a Seattle tax defense attorney, told me special agents are members of the IRS Criminal Investigation Division, which for more than a century has gone after tax fraud and other financial crimes. Recently, for example, it has been involved in the seizure of billions of hacked crypto. Grand jury subpoenas automatically means that the Department of Justice is involved. It's right there in the article. So if there are grand jury subpoenas, that means that the Department of Justice is actively involved in investigating OnlyFools. And keep in mind, this actually happened. The request to invest OnlyFools actually happened a couple of years ago. This is it's pretty unbelievable stuff. But a number of years ago, back in 2021, Congress actually demanded 102 members of Congress, to be exact, actually demanded that the IRS, that the Department of Justice directly investigate OnlyFans for the content that was on the platform. They wanted the platform shut down, and as a result of that, it's been very serious business since. So they've been hit by accusations that the platform does not adequately protect people who are not of age and should not be on the platform. In 2021, the BBC actually detailed 7 cases of videos of people who were not of age on the platform, and the platform's owners tried to defend against this, claiming that they closed accounts that were found to have inappropriate images related to people who are not of age. And then that same year, 102 Republicans and Democratic members of the U.S. House of Representatives called on the Justice Department to investigate people who are not of age being on the platform, and the Justice Department told lawmakers 3 months later that it couldn't confirm or deny that it was investigating OnlyFans. And when contacted recently, a Department of spokesperson declined to comment further. But as we saw in the other article, the IRS criminal investigation unit has already sent out grand jury subpoenas to a number of OnlyFans creators. So just by them sending out those subpoenas, it means that the Justice Department is absolutely involved. Also, this article that you're looking at goes back to 2021. This case goes back to 2021. So this means that the Department of Justice was investigating and actively working to shut down the platform potentially well before even 2021, meaning this has been going on for several years now, and they're gathering as much information as they can, basically like what we saw with Diddy when they basically raided his mansions. At that point, that means that they already have tons of information, and now they're going in to gather up electronics and so forth. So that's more than likely what they're doing at this point as well. And it's very likely that they went and collected a lot of information from creators on the platform, and the next step will be to raid the offices of OnlyFans, the administrative offices, the homes of people, the CEO of these people, even the creators of the platform. A lot of these people are going to be facing a lot of jail time. They're going to be facing a ton of jail time, and then of course a lot of the creators did not pay their taxes, so they're going to be in a world of trouble as well. And because that's what the IRS does, they're using the same laws that they use to put away people like Al Capone in prison to put away these OnlyFans content creators and the people who created the platform.
So a new report reveals the 25 richest Americans, including Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, Elon Musk, they paid relatively little and sometimes nothing.
Recently, the IRS sent the tax community a buzz when it contacted OnlyFans creators in relation to a criminal tax investigation. John Colvin, a Seattle tax defense attorney, said pairs of IRS special agents across the country descended on the homes and offices of OnlyFans personalities and their tax return preparers, delivering grand jury subpoenas. For context, IRS special agents are members of the IRS Criminal Investigation Division. For over a century, these guys have investigated tax fraud, money laundering, currency violations, terrorist financing, and anything that stands in the way of the government receiving its percentage of people's earnings. This agency is more or less the only US federal agency that can investigate potential criminal violations of the Internal Revenue Code, which is the law that regulates tax and tax-related matters in the US. So picture those movies where people in dark shades and well-tailored suits going after the bad guys. Well, probably not that exciting in real life, but something like that. OnlyFans has seen a massive boom in publicity and traffic over the last few years, specifically after the pandemic, with over 615% growth during that time period. We've all seen the insane seen displays of wealth OnlyFans creators throw around on social media. You know, designer clothes and accessories, luxury cars, mansions, luxury holidays, fine dining, and so on.
Well, I bought my purse, I got my shoes, you know, my sugar daddy's paying my car.
It's almost as if OnlyFans creators are the female counterpart to crypto boys. They have been increasingly known to accumulate mind-boggling amounts of wealth within relatively short time periods, thanks to millions of subscribers paying anything from $5 to $50 monthly for access to exclusive content.
Like per post basis, you have to pay to unlock an image.
Naturally, the IRS and the Department of Justice Tax Division have noticed this trend and have some pressing questions for OnlyFans' highest grossing content creators.
And of course, not just the content creators, but the platform creators itself. Like I said, they're going after the creators on the platform for the content that's on there. The platform creators have constantly said that it's the safest platform in the world and that they know everyone that's on there and they know all the content that's on there. And yet there are over 300 instances recently where they found content from individuals who should not be on the platform. It's so horrible, all right? It is absolutely terrible. So what does the future hold? The platform is actively being investigated. It is going to be shut down. The Department of Justice is just getting their ducks in a row. And it's not only the Department of Justice, but also they're working in England. The UK is also working to shut down the platform, and other countries have outright banned it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. What do you guys think regarding all of this? OnlyFans is officially being shut down. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.